Hello, how's it going? Let's go over the news for AQ Worlds this week. Alright, so the thing is called Combat Math and Class Design, and it goes over a lot of the boring stuff. Oh wait, do they teach combat math in schools now? Yeah, so I'll skip through to the parts that I think are interesting. If you want to read the whole thing, of course, it'll be linked down below. Alright, so in this paragraph, there's a little note here saying that they will be able to start doing Android builds again, which means mobile, which is what they're working on. The Android and the iOS version will probably be pretty identical. But of course, the iOS stuff you can't really test for because of how iOS is. They also mentioned that they're updating their normal hard drives into NVMe, which is nice for their cloud builder thing here. So, surprised they're still using normal hard drives. So they are a lot cheaper, but definitely very slow. The next bit here goes over the SkillForge. And what that is, they show an in-game UI for this, but to my understanding, you're not going to be able to use this as an in-game thing. Like it says the class ID. I don't think you're going to be able to change the skills in your class. I think it's just a dev thing, but they show an in-game UI for it. So I don't know what that's about, but maybe they will. That would be cool. But correct me in comments if I'm wrong about that, but I don't think players are supposed to be able to use that. They say that they're going to be changing up how the classes work with the skills. There's going to be animation canceling, which is a brand new thing. Again, animation cancel in AQ Worlds right now, so that's interesting. Instead of global cooldowns. Kind of interesting. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. That would definitely be a massive change to almost every class in the game if they swap out cooldowns for animation canceling, so yeah. I don't know why they're doing that, but we'll see. They mentioned that all of the classes, both AQ Worlds versions and Infinity versions, not all the classes, all the starter classes, walk it back there, all the starter classes will be available to test in the next playtest they do, the next tech demo, which they also mentioned in this will be available on Steam, and also as a separate download for the people that don't have access to Steam. Don't know who you are, but Steam might not be available everywhere in the world, so might be nice for that. We get another image of what the in-game version of them changing a skill is with the logic map here, with all of that, so you can see like damage, list of the targets, the conditions, it goes into sound effects, impact sound effects, spell animation, has aura, and then frozen blood, the aura on that, and then it goes out to that, which lists the stats that would affect the damage of it. I'm pretty sure that's what that box is for. So if you have more whiz, 0.5 of your wizard points are going to be affecting that, and 1.21 of your int, so you can see stuff like that. So yeah, they have a whole logic tree thing. Yeah, pretty sure it's like a dev menu thing. You're not going to be, I'm 100% sure you're not going to be able to access that. That would be funny though if they didn't let the players make a class. It's like an April Fool's thing or something. Just give them the dev console. So then down here we have the animations, actual in-game gameplay that you're going to be seeing. A bunch of little circles on the floor. I talked about this in previous videos, but man, that's going to be actually annoying if every ice elemental is spamming the floor with damage. Now, it might be damage that you can just tank, like it doesn't matter, and yeah, only bosses would really be killing you if you're healing yourself with that kind of damage, but yeah, every mob in the game doing that would get very tiresome very quickly if it was like insta-killing you. In the same way that they're making the skills for the classes in game, the monsters also have a similar setup for designing them. So kind of cool. Now you can see they have skills Stomp and Ground Pound, and apparently they can add the same skills that the players have for their class abilities to the monsters, and then vice versa. I'm sure you could give the monster abilities to the players, but they probably won't do that, of course. This image, you can't even read it, so I'm not sure why this was even posted on here, but I'm sure this displays some sort of information that would be cool to know. Monsters are set up just like, maybe it's just to show the nodes, the node-based thing there. But anyway. Okay, if we move down a bit here, they list out weapon damage. Now, don't really need to read this first part. You can pause and read if you want, but essentially, we are building a new enhancement system that is a lot more flexible than AQ World's current system and will allow for a lot more build variety. I like the sounds of that. What they have listed here just tells you nothing basically, but I like the philosophy at least behind it. Next paragraph is about monsters and their levels. And just like Dungeons and Dragons monsters, Higher level monsters can unlock skills that lower level versions of themselves do not have. For example, a level 5 skeletal mage may cast Fireball, but a level 60 skeletal mage may cast Fireball, Rain of Fire, and upon death engulf itself in flames and become a fire elemental. Okay, that sounds okay, kind of cool. When a monster is spawned. So yeah, different versions, different level variants of the same monster could have different attacks and animations and stuff. So yeah, pretty cool. Another little excerpt here. Nearly every part of the combat has been changed since the last tech demo because of the stat changes. So they mentioned how, above this, they mentioned how if there were 20 levels higher than the monster couldn't hit them. I'm guessing because they had too many dex points, I'd imagine. So yeah, kind of crazy. For our post-title combat math, we did not have to do any actual math, counting that as a win. I like that. Alright, the last little paragraph here says they're going to need at least a week for the coders to make fixes. At least a week. So, I think there was a post like last week that I missed. People in the comments told me I missed it because there was a very small portion at the bottom of the post, just like there is here, that said, oh, there's going to be a playtest on the weekend. And that was the weekend, like a week ago. So, that didn't happen, of course. And it says they still need a week, so a week would be this weekend, but it says they need at least a week, so it's not going to be this weekend. So maybe next weekend, the weekend after this one, will be the next playtest. Or maybe not, who knows. But we do have some more stuff to talk about in this video, some art-related stuff, so let's go over that. First up for the art today, we got Dominik with the, what looks to be color custom Easter set, kind of a bunny set with the hat and everything. You see the version down here with different colors. That's why I think it's color custom from seeing this version. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Easter is, I think, a week or two from now. So yeah, I'd expect this in game pretty soon. Also, this game insists on doing Star Wars stuff every year. I'm not the biggest fan, but I mean, I'm a fan of some stuff in Star Wars, but there's more stuff I'm not a fan of these anyway. So this looks like it might be Star Wars related based on the look of it. I'm not too sure, but that's just a guess. So there's not really any context here, but May's coming up, so could see it then. Some items that are coming to the game here. These are interesting looking. I'm not sure what these are going to be for, like what event or anything, but got little like looks like the mochi things, but they got big Moglin ears. Kind of cute. You have a shark penguin thing next to that. Pieces of a rock golem, which are interesting, like the helmet and the arm there. And then, of course, you got 3 Moglins there with their big sticks and a whale in one instance. So, yeah, just crazy stuff. I'm sure this will be coming out soon. So it's coming soon. So, yeah, look forward to that. Also, some Easter bunnies and a little Easter sword there with a little teacup on there. A little bunny design on the hill looks very cute. So yeah, good stuff there. This Axeros set looks like it's about finished now. So yeah, a little leaf. It's kind of a druid looking guy here with the hood and everything. You can see got a cape, a few staffs for it, and a book. I get more zoomed in variant of it here as well. Yeah, so it's looking good. Surprise, surprise, Kotaro posted something this week. Very rare for that to happen. I think the last Kotaro set came out around December in the game, if I remember correctly, so it's been a few months. So nice to see. This looks like it's a summer set, and they do a summer 10k chest every year, and they're not going to give it out for free, so I'd imagine, if I had to give a guess, it's probably going to be in that. So look forward to that. So yeah, this is just the male variant of it. I haven't seen the female one yet, but hopefully that looks just as good. A new character from Moria. This is Moira's probably one of my favorite artists I've seen pop up recently, for sure. They post a lot of really cool character designs and stuff, and they have a little comic they're running on their Twitter, so go give them a follow for that. I don't really post about that, but comic looks like this, and they posted quite a few different pages for the comics, so check that out on their Twitter. And yeah, so another character for that, looking really cool. Hopefully some of their stuff will get put into actual AQ Worlds someday. That would be very nice. Silver Wolf with the Blossom Kitsune outfit. Yeah, so it looks about how you'd imagine that to look. with the naming scheme. So yeah, really good. And to end off today's video, we have Dino with some concepts for some new armors. So I like when they show the references here. See that? It's from that new Devil May Cry show, I think, and a bunch of other things here. I think that's also a character from Devil May Cry. So yeah, check that out. Looking really cool. Some new Skyguard stuff would be nice. We haven't seen that in a little bit, so it'd be cool to continue that theme on. Hey, massive thanks to Lordy for leaving a $25, Jesus, $25 super chat thing on one of the last videos uploaded. So very much appreciate that from Lordy. And thank you for watching this video. Leave a like on it if you liked it, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'll see you guys all in the next one. I'll be live streaming a new event tomorrow. Probably Easter related again. I don't know, second week of April. So we'll see what's up with that. And yeah, I'll see you there. Peace.